One of the most frustrating positions to be in is if we're training hard but just not seeing the results we want, in particular, not losing body fat. Maybe you've joined a gym, a group program, maybe you've started going to some classes, or maybe you've even started going out and doing some running, but you're just not seeing those physical changes that you really want to see. Unfortunately, this is super common and something that I see all the time. In fact, I'd probably say the majority of the clients that I start working with come to me feeling a little bit like this, like they've been training, working hard, but just not seeing those results. I even had a lady recently who started working with me who ironically was a member of a group program called Results. Now, she'd been training here for a number of months and really enjoying the training, but what she really wanted was to lose body fat and she just wasn't seeing those results. She signed up with me and she ended up losing 16 kilos in 16 weeks, which is obviously very impressive and a life-changing result. If you want to find out what the most likely reason is that the scales are just not budging for you, then stick around in this video and I'll reveal all. Oh, and if you'd like my free 7-day fat loss course, which will teach you everything you need to know about getting those scales moving and dropping body fat, then head over to my Instagram page, drop me a follow while you're there and download the free link which is in my bio. Right then, let's get into the video. So if you're still watching this video, the likelihood is that you're struggling to lose body fat and you've probably done one of these things I'm about to say now. So you've realized you want to lose some weight. So the first thing you've done is you've gone and joined a gym, maybe a group program, maybe you've started going to do some classes, you've started going out running. You've decided the first thing that you're going to do is going to start increasing your exercise, which by the way is a brilliant thing to do and you're not wrong in doing that. However, on its own, that isn't going to get you the result you really want. There are so many benefits from working out, and if you're not currently working out, regardless of your goal, I would recommend that you start doing it. So we obviously get stronger, we build confidence, we can prevent injury, improve performance. It's great for our mental health. We can make friends at the gym or at the run club or wherever it is you want to go and exercise. So regardless of your goal, I would recommend that you definitely do this. There are so many benefits to working out. Now, despite this video being about training and exercise not being the be all and end all when it comes to losing body fat, there are absolutely loads of benefits. And I recommend that each and every one of you watching this video, if you're not already doing so, go and start doing some form of working out. So here's the deal. If you want to see the scales coming down, you want to see the body fat coming off, you want to feel more confident both in and out of your clothes, then we need to understand that training is just a small piece of the puzzle. There are other things that are far more important and things that we should be prioritizing straight away. I'm going to run you through my 3 top tips or my 3 top bits of advice that will help you getting those scales coming down and finally seeing the results that you really want to see. So the first point is our calories or nutrition. We need to work out how many calories we need to consume in order to get those scales coming down and us losing body fat. Probably every one of you watching this has heard of a calorie deficit. That means that we're consuming less food than we're burning in terms of energy. And this is essential when it comes to losing body fat. So my advice is if you head over to my Instagram page, you can download my free 7-day fat loss course, which I referred to earlier. In this course is a calculator on how you can work out those calories. And that will give you a good guide as to what to stick to. Now, this point is probably the most important, if I'm completely honest. It doesn't matter how well we train, what gym we go to, what PT you've got, what equipment you've got available to you. You can have the best in the world. But if we're eating too much food, you simply will not lose body fat. It's as simple as that. So this is number 1 point that we need to get right. So once we've got our calories in check, we need to address point number 2, which is our activity. Now, the reason why the gym or working out isn't that important when it comes to losing body fat is because it's a very small percentage of our time. Let's say you go to the gym maybe 3 to 5 times a week. That's a maximum of 5 hours per week. Now, what you do in the other hours of the week is far more important when it comes to losing body fat, which is why our overall activity or steps, you'll hear it often referred to, is more important. So theoretically speaking, somebody who does 10,000 steps but doesn't go to the gym will probably have a better chance of losing body fat than somebody who goes to the gym 5 days a week but only does 2,500 steps. Now, obviously, there's other factors involved, calories being the main one there, but the person who does more activity overall will generally be in a better position when it comes to losing body fat. So we need to increase our steps. Now, this is relevant to you and the lifestyle you live. If you're a teacher and you're already doing 10, 12,000 steps a day, you probably don't need to do any more. If you've got a desk job and you're only doing 2,000 to 4,000 steps a day, the likelihood of you getting up to 15,000 is probably slim. But can we get up to 6,000, 7,000, 8,000? Now, I generally say a minimum dose to get great results is 8,000 steps a day. Okay, and we can do that in lots of different ways by scheduling walks in. We can do more on a weekend to offset the weekdays, or even recently, a lot of my clients that have desk jobs have bought walking pads and they start taking meetings on their walking pad. So they're getting extra steps in whilst they're at work and it's not taking any more time out of their day. So point number 2, steps, we need to increase them and get them as high as possible without adding any additional stress to your life. And finally are some key lifestyle factors. So these lifestyle factors are sleep. Super important. We need to make sure we're getting 6 to 9 hours sleep per night. I actually spent a period of my life not getting enough sleep. I was working loads. I was up at 5 o'clock every morning, not getting to bed until midnight most nights. And I didn't realize that I was running on empty. I did this for a number of years and we kind of pass it off as it just being normal. That's just what happens. I don't get much sleep, but it's so bad for us. All the good stuff happens when we're asleep. If we skimp on sleep and just say I'm okay on 5, 6 hours a night, then eventually it will catch up on us and losing body fat becomes very hard. In fact, everything becomes very hard. Our concentration at work, our ability to gain muscle, our ability to perform well, our ability to be a good partner or a good parent all gets worse when we don't prioritize sleep. So that is super important. The next one of these is hydration. This is another one that most people don't pay enough attention to. Most people don't drink enough water. The body is made up of a lot of water. If we're not topping it up on a constant basis, we're going to perform poorly. We're not going to recover as well. We're going to have loads and loads of downsides to not being very well hydrated. And there's no excuse for this. All of us can drink water. I would advise 1 litre per 25 kilograms of body weight, roughly. But if you're not used to drinking 3-4 litres of water a day, start off with 1 litre and build it up, okay? So this can take a little while, but we need to pay attention to hydration. And the final point is stress management. Now, this one's easier said than done. We've all got a lot of stress in our lives, whether it be work, financial, the kids, whatever it is, we've all got stress in our lives. And it's easier said than done just to say remove stress. It's unrealistic, but we do need to manage it properly. We do need to compartmentalise and section off certain parts of stress and not let it affect our lives as much as we can. Okay, I've seen firsthand how stress can affect not only my own life years ago when I was struggling with sleep and bad relationships and wasn't happy with work. You know, I've been there and experienced it, unfortunately, but I've also seen it in many clients, people in high stress jobs, and how that affects not only their lives, but also their results as well when it comes to wanting to lose body fat, when it comes to wanting to perform better, when it comes to wanting to be a better parent or a better partner. It's really, really important. So managing our stress is my final point in terms of our lifestyle factors. So going back to the start of this video, training is super important. And if you're already doing it, you should definitely keep doing it. But if you're not seeing the fat loss results that you really want, then you should really consider the key points that I've mentioned in this video and start implementing them into your life. And I promise you, you will definitely see the results. But we can't rely on training alone when it comes to losing body fat. We need to focus on the other key areas in our lives. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please drop me a subscribe. I really appreciate it. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you want to head over to Instagram and give me a follow, even if you want to download my 7-day free fat loss course. So I hope you've enjoyed it and I will catch up with you soon.